Hello everybody, this is Sonia. Not very good with my video on today. Anyway, I thought I'd just come on here today and show you what I've been doing. I've been doing the room, but before I started doing the room, I was having a lovely time making these pages. Now I'm going to do hopefully a tutorial on a couple of these later on a couple of methods that I used, different things and different ways that I made them. This one here, I've got, I hope this is in the shot and it's, you can see everything. I've actually crocheted around the outside of this piece of card here that I've made that. I put the beads through here and threaded them on, and I've put on a little envelope that I made. I'm going to put the tiniest thing in there. I don't know what that's going to be. That's made out of a doily that I received from, I think it was either Anne or Geraldine. I don't remember now, but I've had that all that time and I thought that it looked good. I put this bit on here. I made the flower. I've got a little ticket connected to a button, and it says choose the best life, and then that pocket goes in there, and so it won't get lost. Okay, so that is going to be one of the pages in the book. This is one of the most recent ones that I've been just finished working on this one last night. I had to start doing a bit of something else besides sorting because I was going a bit crazy. But anyway, you can see that I've put a piece of that really fine fabric that I've got. It looks really wiry, but it's very beautiful. This is actually bow made out of the overlocking in the inside of a piece of clothing that I bought. I got the pattern here off of an old book, and I stitched around it and put a bit of stitching on it, and I got the button and I covered him up, and I put some sewing. I cut out a piece of old tape measure and I thought I'll just wipe it, okay, see if we clean it up a bit. And anyway, I thought, oh dear, there's a lot of mark on this. And anyway, I thought, what's going on? And then I noticed it started to streak because it's was taken off the black of the thing. So that was just lucky I stopped doing that. But anyway, so that's that one. This one here, I love this one here. Actually, I do love them all, but I really love this one too. Now, as you can see, there's bits of thread hanging off, but that's the idea, You want to just leave them bits and pieces. It's just texture, and it adds to your page, doesn't it? Okay, so I just made that little bunch of flowers I got the burlap and I pulled out the threads so I could make it look more open. Bit of nice lace there, and underneath I cut this one off. I've got these really neat cards here that I was gifted, and I thought they were a little bit too big. They've got all sayings on them, and really nice, aren't they? So I cut that out, or tore it out, and then I just put a bit of what do you call that, marker thing, put a bit of that marker around there, and then put some crosses on it, put some sequences on there, made this out of a ring, tiny little dream catching thing. So that was that one there. This was the first one that I did, so I think everybody would have seen that. That's the beginning, and I really can't handle this really too dark lady thing now. I'm just going to have to paint her. There's nothing else for it. I'm just going to have to paint that a different lighter colour, because I just can't, it just doesn't work for me. I think I've got a lot of good comments on it, but I just don't like, These are really good to look at. I mean, there's a pin there, there's a button, there's a couple of little bits of bling, and there's a butterfly. You just look at it closely. There's a rolled rose that I did. There's a little nest of cotton that I've pulled off the side that I just rolled up and stuck there. So that's that one. I'm actually going to show you as to how I'm going to put it together. So I've had a few people ask me about that, what I put in between the things, but I haven't put it together yet, so I haven't sort of worked on that. So this one here, I really thought that turned out well too. I really, really love this. This is to make this not so bright and look more old-ish. I put a piece of gauze, really thin, what do you call that stuff? Tulle over there. I made the flower. I rolled up this bit of the overlocking out the inside of the thing. I made this really cool little button and put that around there. Look how you can make your own embellishments. Isn't that neat? You know, I'm bragging about it, but you know, it's possible to do anything you try. I made these little sheafs, look like little things of wheat, don't they? I thought, but anyway, so that's that one. I really liked that too. Look, I've done a fair few, haven't I? And here's another one. I think I might have showed this one earlier. This has got a lot of me buttons on it, and I really love doing these button ideas. You know, changing them up. I think that looks really awesome. It's one of my favourite things, and I love to put the buttons on the as decoration. So I didn't actually have this thing here on a string, so I put him on a piece of silk ribbon so that won't go away. Okay. Now, if anybody, well, if I part with this, which I don't think I'd ever would, I'm going to put a picture on that anyway. You know, you can have a little picture on there. On the other side of, I will make one day for a gift, I suppose. On the other side of this, there will be an inside filling. There will be another piece of calico, and then there will be lace pockets on it for people to put books, little journaling books in there and so forth. So that'll be for me to do that with anyway. So that's what my idea is for this. So this is pretty much one of the last ones I did. I'm really pleased with it. I think it's a little bit bright, but that's okay. I think this one, I really like the way that this turned out, this picture. I think I got that out of a magazine, and I put some, I know a lot of people want to put fabric things on, but you can do paper too, and I just covered that with, what did I put on that? It wasn't nail polish, but clear nail polish works really good. And, no, what was it? Oh, I might have put a bit of Mod Podge on there, did I? No. Yes, I think I put Mod Podge on it. That's what I used, yeah, and that sort of made it, it protects it, stops it, it makes it really stiff. It's not going to do anything. I cut out the doily like here, and then took the inside out of it, and just used the outside of the doily for the little doily bit to go around there as a frame, and then I put the little beads on. I sewed them on because I didn't want to, it's really hard to stick something, you don't want to stick that on anyway. There's a lot of sewing on these, but I really enjoy it because I love to hand sew anyway. I just do. So I made a little card of buttons with the butterfly paper. I got another piece of applique under there, and I just put this piece of doily that I cut out there and stuck a button on it. Yeah, last night I sat there and I did these little tiny flowers on the lace, and I wrinkled it up a bit. But anyway, that was what I did with these. There's another thing that I will show you quickly that I'm working on, and it's definitely a work in progress. I've actually done 2 so far, and it's going to take me a wee little while to get back to it, but I will. This is my piece of material, isn't that cool? Look at that. All I'm doing is I've got a piece of tulle, and I'm laying down the pieces of whatever, mostly there's wool. There's a bit of lace in there. One I'm working on's got, see, now I found my sewing machine, it's just there, I can see it. So all you do is just go over it. In the top thread of the machine, of course, I've got white or cream, so it looks good, like, you know, because you wouldn't want the red. Oh, well, it just depends, whatever colour you want to put onto it, and you just sew it and sew it until you make your piece. So that actually will be eventually, hopefully, one of my covers for one of my books, is what I wanted that to be. So that is a really good thing, and if you want a tutorial, yes, I will do one. I will do a tutorial on it because it's really good fun and not hard. You don't have to know how, you just have to have a machine. You can do it by hand, take a long time, but all I'm doing is zigzag. You just zigzag it because that way it just goes over each piece of fabric. Now, this takes a long time, I must say. It's a lot of work. It's worth it. It's really, really worth it, though, I think. Anyway, tell me what you reckon about that. And if you want a tutorial, just let me know and I'll do a tutorial on it. So all you got to do is collect up all your bits and pieces of, and I've got stacks of that. So bits and pieces of your fibres, you know, balls of wool, if you go to your second-hand shops, you know, your thrift shops and that, I don't seem to have to, because I do have a lot of this that I've collected up over the years. I've had this for ages because I just bought it because it was nice. I wasn't actually going to make anything with it, just buy one ball of wool. And that was just that piece there, and the same with this here. I just bought this because it was nice. Look, isn't that cool? I'll have to roll up some of that and put it in my... But I have a stash, as you would imagine, and I'll just cut off pieces, or when I used to knit and crochet a fair bit, anything I had left over I'd keep in a bag, and then when I finished, cotton as well from your sewing machine goes really well. It's called, well, I think this, I've pastly known it to be called scrim, the cotton from your machine when you put it all together. I don't know what they call it now. I don't know what it is. Different places have different ideas for what they call their techniques. But anyway, so that's what I've been working on in the past, and we'll be doing again very near future. Since I've found the sewing machine, because I want to finish it for my book. Okay, and yes. But anyway, so thank you everybody for watching, and let me know what you think about my pages and my fabric making with things like that. Anyway, talk to you later. Bye bye.